One of the good books about investing that I can recommend is Beating the Street, written by the top investor Peter Lynch. In one of the chapters, he told of the story of students who were given stock market investing lessons by their teacher. The students, who were in grade 7 and therefore still many years away from high school and more so from college, learned how to invest in the stock market and actually did very well. Their story is one that is not only interesting but inspiring as well. So sit back and learn much. This is Ronnie Ordoña, your trader, coach, and founder of Smart Trade PH. Welcome to this video lesson. A teacher in St. Agnes School in Massachusetts, USA, tested the theory that you don't need an MBA to excel in the stock market. So he got groups of grade 7 students to participate in an experiment. Teams with 4 members each were formed. Each team was asked to study how to read financial newspapers and do research on various companies regarding the products that they make and how much their profit was. The students were asked to review the data they have gathered and make decisions as to what stocks they want to buy using virtual money. Before buying, the teacher asked the students to explain what the company they intend to buy and to describe the product that company makes. Now, I am trying to imagine how the students took the lesson. Were they interested in the stocks? At their very young age, just in their early teens, they must have listened to their teacher deliver the lesson in complete ignorance. I find it easier to imagine they would be interested about faraway planets or things they could not see like atoms and molecules. Kids are naturally curious, of course. But stocks? Well, anyway, let's continue the story. Here are the stocks that they considered buying. Okay, let us take a look inside the portfolio of the students and see what stocks they have selected. Walt Disney, Ninex, Mobil, Pepsi, Walmart, Gap, Nike, Tops, LA Gear, Pentec, IBM, National Pizza, McDonald's, and Kellogg's. Well, these were some of the stocks they picked. They studied these stocks and considered buying them. Now, when the students were asked why they chose these stocks, the students said that because they knew the companies that they represent and they use their products. Well, I think that is easy to understand why they would pick these stocks. After all, which kid has not been to a Disney theme park? I'm pretty sure they eat at McDonald's and wear Nike shoes and Gap shirts. They sure drink Pepsi. And of course, they know Kellogg's. Again, which kid would not? They must have been with their moms and dads countless of times shopping at Walmart. The sneakers from LA Gear, I'm sure they must have worn them at one time or another. About Mobil and IBM, I can only assume they learned about these two stocks from their parents. How these kids picked the stocks were really simple, based on the companies that they were familiar with, and may I add, based on their profits. Because if you recall from the earlier slide, the students read financial newspapers. Now, adults like you and me would most probably pick stocks in the same way. That's really a no-brainer. But there must have been some other considerations. Please note that they picked from various industries. Retailers like Walmart, consumer food like McDonald's and Kellogg's, manufacturers like PepsiCo, high-tech company like IBM, and wearing apparel products like Gap, Nike, and LA Gear. Also, the students picked some really big companies like IBM, Walt Disney, and McDonald's, and smaller ones too, like National Pizza and Pentec. In other words, the kids knew about diversification. The book did not say whether the students were intentionally diversifying, but would adults like you and me have not done the same thing? Would it be difficult for adults to know diversification? Well, I don't think so. Earlier in this presentation, I said that these students did very well in their stock picks. Well, let us see just how good they were. The teacher allowed 2 years to pass before measuring the profit that each of his teams made out of their play or virtual money. And the winning team had these results. The teacher measured the result of the investments made by the kids in terms of profit or returns, and it was 70%. Then he compared these with those of S&P index, which is only 26%, and the mutual fund companies is even less than 26%. S&P is a financial company in the US that measures, among other things, the performance of the top stocks in terms of returns. They use an index or a numerical scale to compare the financial performance with other references. Investors always compare their performance with S&P, and they aim to beat it. On the other hand, a mutual fund company is one that accepts investments from various investors and manage all these with the objective of giving them big profit. Now, what these numbers meant is that you would have made more money had you given it to these kids than the S&P companies or the mutual fund companies. The students beat the professionals. How come? And how do you explain this? The story of these kids drew some comments. Here are some. The kids just got lucky. Well, yes, perhaps. This isn't real money. Well, that's also true. Anybody could have picked those stocks. Well, maybe. And the kids had no fear. That's true. Well, my purpose in telling you this story is not to analyze how the kids did it, but to pick up some lessons from their story. First, that adults can learn stock market investing. It is no rocket science, and if kids can learn it, certainly we can also learn it. Second, we can make money in the stock market. Yes, of course. It may not be as easy as it seems the way the students did it, but certainly adults can do it. So that's it, friends. Thank you for watching and see you in my other videos. So thank you once again for watching this video lesson. May I request you to please like and share this video to your family and friends so they too can learn about investing in the stock market. Let us contribute to the economic growth of our country by investing, and in the process make ourselves financially independent. This is Ronnie Ordoña saying, see you again in my other videos. May God bless you.